Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Last week I made a video talking about the bullshit going on with OHD and the guys over at Seba Games. If you're completely unaware, Seba Games has been accused of stealing assets from Operation Harsh Doorstop, and after being called out, they resorted to filing false DMCA strikes and accusing people of slander. Since then, we've had new email exchanges, lawsuits starting, Mudahar talking about it, and the head of Seba Games stepping away. So much has developed during the past week, it'll be worth your time to stick around. Again, like last time, I won't ask for you guys to sub to my channel unless you absolutely want to. Instead, go show Drake and his studio some support while they go through this horrible time. His respective links are in the pinned comment. Let's go ahead and start with giving the Dipshit of the Year award to this absolute cretin of an individual. I can't believe we live in a day and age where people openly and proudly defend alleged thieves. This dude saying I should be sued for slander is absolutely hilarious and utter bullshit. Giving people like this any sort of attention gives them a sense of accomplishment, and instead of going to harass this guy, I want y'all to screenshot this image I have on screen. Keep it on your phone or PC, and whenever you feel like you're at an extremely low spot in your life, just know you can't get any lower than this stupid prick right here. Now let's talk about what happened following my upload talking about this situation. One day after uploading my video, Big Fry posted a screenshot on Twitter of an email he received saying, quote, "Hi Big Fry, could you kindly remove the video or content which contains my references? I don't want to proceed with the strike and fuel controversies." Fry of course screen grabbed this and posted it on X with a caption saying, quote, "The Venatur developers are now asking for me to remove my video or they will be filing a privacy complaint to take it down." Fry immediately responds with a massive email. I'm going to condense it down for time, but he says, "Hello Alessandro, I have notified my YouTube rep of this issue, but in regards to me removing the video, I will not be doing that. You responded to BLUEDRAKE'S initial email from this account, which has your name publicly tied to it, alongside your LinkedIn, which is also public. Privacy complaints on YouTube are meant for personal info doxing, which we all know is stuff like addresses, social security numbers, shit like that." Now let me go ahead and get this straight. Alessandro apparently sent Fry a false DMCA strike because he felt like Fry doxed him, even though he sent him an email using his actual name. Doxing only covers a certain parameter of your personal information. Your name is considered public information, and if you choose to send somebody an email with your personal name attached to it, that's on you. Drake makes a tweet the day after that tweet by Fry saying the following, quote, "We reached out in an unofficial capacity to @Seba Games and offered them an opportunity to stop the threats against creators exposing their theft of our assets, as well as an offer to work with them to ensure all of our assets are removed." What do you guys think their response was to this? Maybe they said sorry. Maybe they said, "Yeah, bro, my bad. Yeah, let's work with you." Maybe they responded by inviting Drake to fucking sue them. Would you believe me if I told you that's exactly what happened? Quote, "They responded by literally inviting us to file a lawsuit against them and explain that they have no intention to stop selling the game or to agree to any agreement that ensures our work isn't stolen again." Ladies and gentlemen, we have the undisputed winner of the worst PR of the decade. Whoever was taking over comms while Alessandro made a sudden exit needs to have his damn internet access revoked. He sat there and played the big man game thinking Drake wouldn't do shit, and with this next screenshot you'll see that Drake has already started moving forward with this legal process. On November 29th, Drake posted a pic on Twitter containing two images of what looks like a Discord discussion. Now I'm not going to read both of the images in their entirety, but I will however read the response that correlated to Drake making a motion to file a lawsuit against Seba Games. BLUEDRAKE said, quote, "Just FYI, we're already roughly $1,000 into legal fees, and that was just the first day of preparing this. If he doesn't resolve this fast, that number will explode, and from what he has told us, he isn't particularly liquid. So if we get to a point where he owes 20 grand in legal fees and 100K in damages, I mean his entire studio shuts down permanently forever, because I almost guarantee there is no way he could possibly pay that," end quote. For some context here, he talks about their liquidity as a company, and in lawsuits that matters heavily. In the event that a company gets sued for damages, it could sometimes be counted as a financial liability towards the company. And if you're wondering how bad it can get for those fucking idiots over at Seba Games, let me share some wisdom with you. A company's liquidity indicates its ability to pay debt obligations or current liabilities without having to raise external capital or take out loans. High liquidity means that a company can easily meet its short-term debts, while low liquidity implies the opposite and that a company could imminently face bankruptcy. If we take the definition I just read and pair it with BLUEDRAKE'S message, you get a pretty good indicator of what's probably going to happen in court. And if you're still kind of confused, let me go ahead and elaborate. When this shit goes to court, which I'm pretty sure it will, and Seba Games doesn't want to pay out damages before going to court, The judge is going to look at how financially stable SHTUFF Games is. They're also going to look at the amount of money that SHTUFF Games was able to make on Venatur using Drake's assets. And when the judge rules in Drake's favor, that company will have to pay out damages to Drakeling Labs. And that's why the liquidity was being called into question, because SHTUFF Games does not have the money to do so, so they will have to file for bankruptcy. Then to finish off this absolute mess of a day, the last post from November 29th came in the form of Drake saying that he's hired on the video game attorney Morrison Cooper and his law office to help fight this. Because remember, SHTUFF Games asked for it, and Drake is a man of the people. So if you ask him to give you something, he will more often than not give you exactly what you ask for. Now, at the end of my last video, I gave you guys my thoughts on the entire situation, and I'm going to go ahead and do that again. I never thought anytime soon or even be a part of a day and age where I would see people on the internet defend a group of asset thieves. Is that really where the indie scene is going? Are we moving in such a direction that it's okay to steal the work of others and then justify it because you don't like the person who created the original product? What an absolute joke of a mindset to have. I guess when we examine the good that's come out of this so far, Drake has had one of the biggest gaming influencers on YouTube talk about this drama, and he has people constantly talking about it on YouTube and X. These guys now have a reputation of being exactly what Drake is setting out to legally prove here, and that reputation is that they are a bunch of liars, deceivers, and a group of absolute goddamn cowards. We also know that Drake has moved forward with the legal process of actually filing the lawsuit with his legal team, so until we get more news on how that's going, I won't be making any assumptions or claims. I'm just not understanding why it had to come down to this. All this dude had to say was, you know what, bro, my bad, let me fix this shit real quick, let me work with you to resolve this. But no, he thought that he could bully someone into submission so he could get what he wants. And the biggest question I have is, what do you think was gonna happen? You're sitting there making empty threats to a guy who hired on a team of people, is paying them out of pocket to do a project that he is passionate about, and then when you come along and rip his assets out of his goddamn game because you download the SDK platform, you expect him to just be okay with it? Then you accuse him of using an asset pack, and it happens to be the same asset pack that he used? Bro, you are out of your goddamn mind. I want this to be extremely clear for y'all. All Drake wanted at first was just a link to the asset pack that this guy supposedly claimed that he had used, and look what it has developed into. As far as Alessandro goes, dude jumped ship right in the middle of all this bullshit happening, and he's trying to play the I don't have the money to fight a lawsuit game right now. Honestly, the dude wanted to show off and show out for his fan base, so where's that same energy at? The only thing I gotta say for Alessandro is boohoo, bitch boy, wah, so sad, don't care one damn bit. It's gonna sound super cliche, but when you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas, and you are fucking covered in them right now. Again, guys, go show some love to BLUEDRAKE, go play some OHD and show him some support on that front, because if we want this asset theft bullshit to stop, we have to attack it full force and make an example out of those who choose to do this shit and think it's okay. As always, my name is Redbeard Mortis. Speak loud, speak the truth, and I will see you in the next one.